So being a long weekend, I mean, look for, I told you Kenya has been programmed in such a way that you are always kept in a constant state of anxiety. So like this week we had the Millicent Omanga leak, fabricated, engineered to keep you on the edge constantly, because I don't know what psychological value it is or what political value it is to the people who are pushing it, but it has some value because Uhuru ran his 10 years doing the exact same shit, always just concocting things just to keep Kenyans angry. So there's a song I like on YouTube. If you go, it's called "Sleep on the Floor" by the Lumineers, and you'll just see people just this couple just going and moving on a different trajectory. They just say they want to go out of town. It's so random, and that should be your lives. You know, traveling has been engineered by our what can we call them, our tour and travels companies, and it has been packaged as a very expensive affair. No, you don't have to plan, you don't have to do anything, you go. My best memories of my younger years were when we were doing random shit like road trips. We would go would go like with the boys, and then we go to a different town, and then we paint it red. And those are my, and there were no standards for sleeping. We just take ordinary lodgings and whatever. No, because don't invest in sleep when you travel. Don't think that being in this hotel with this amount of money. No, no, you're going there for the activities. For the sleeping should be minimal, especially if you're young and you have the energy. So but now we are getting problems with traveling because every week there's a serious road accident. Yesterday I saw Kipchumba Murkomen talking about his interventions. Oh, we are banning school buses from traveling at night. I took a lot of time to study Matiangi, Fred Okongo Matiangi. Matiangi is the biggest buffoon we've ever had in government, and you need to trace his history. He must have worked in those IMF World Bank, whatever, because that toxicity can only hail from Muzungus. Muzungus are the ones who they come to Africa, they see us living our good lives, we don't mind whatever, then they get angry because they are unable to live those lives. And then now they place these puppets in the form of Matiangi and whatever to engineer all these curfews, lockdown. Matiangi, everything he was doing, that he's a product, his mindset is a product of Muzunguism. So anyway, when Murkomen and his Hublo were saying that, oh, we are banning schools from from moving at night. Now imagine a school is going for something, for games from Mombasa in Kisumu, and then you want them to travel during the day. What kind of nonsense is that? Trying to create side shows, because all of these side shows, I told you the PR value is the most important. Anyone who can deliver headlines in the most sensational, in the most obsolete way will get the earshot of the powers that be. So Murkomen is trying a strategy done by Matiang'i in 2018, where Akina Modern Coast were getting so many road accidents, and then he banned them from traveling at night, as if the Naivasha accident happened at night, as if the Pony University accident happened at night. No, these are things which happen during the day. They've always been saying that everything alcohol, and then they bring alcohol just for extortion, not to resolve our traffic menace. Because what's the cause? What's the cause of our problem in our traffic roads? The roads are not marked. The roads are not. There are no reflectors. There are no street lights. They don't even mark the pedestrian, the zebra crossings. Even the most basic, they don't even mark the bumps. So this time I was driving from Diani to Asini. You guy, I did not see, and I was at like 100. I did not see a bump, so I just flew the car chini, samkad ndio chini. Yeah? You can imagine the losses we incur because of the stupidity of the engineers at the Kenya National Highways Authority, the Kenya Urban Roads Authority, and Kenya Rural Roads Authority. Those are the people we should be talking about. Those are the people who are killing people. Those are the mass murderers. Those are the people Murkomen is talking. But because now he's in the gravy train. He's now wearing a hublo. From obscurity, he's rocking a hublo. And he doesn't want to mention them because now they've co-opted him in the gravy train. Now the chums are just checking in. Now we want safety belts. Now you've brought a Mishuki whatever directive, so that you can now import the safety belts. You guys, you're not even creative in how you want to steal money. Listen, our problem is those three roads agencies and tenderpreneurs. Tenderpreneurs are given the job, they don't finish. Huh? And now, yesterday, did you see this MP of Embakasi Central is called who? Benjamin Gaku something. That he's now bringing at a bill, that bill, any tender below 20 billion, Chinese contractors should not qualify, that it should go to locals. Which locals? Which locals are we talking about? Yeah? Thugs. SS Meta, thugs. Isako, thugs. Huh? The guy who was the biggest thug when it came to tenders is none other than the former Nyeri. I don't know what was it a Madeira MP or something. This guy called Ephraim Miner of Kirinyaga Construction. He thrived during the Moi era because he never used to do anything. He was just paid. Huh? He was just paid, and he caused so many accidents because he was not doing. I remember even road going to his own home. And let me tell you how Nyeri people are stupid. The road going to from Makutano to Nyeri, he was given that tender, and then he didn't do it. He didn't even complete it. And those guys still elected him because they were paid handouts. Those Nyeri idiots. You can't make this stuff up, man. You can't make this stuff up. How do you vote in for your oppressor just because he's bribed a few Githeri media journalists to tout himself as a billionaire? He's an idiot. He's a thug. Ephraim Miner owns this joint called he's the landlord of the place where the joint called Roadhouse is, and his wife is a menace. He's always umboying. When we are going there, the parking, we are told she's not allowing people to park there. Hmm? I'm thinking the Assets Recovery Authority should that's the property they should go and collect, because these are the local contractors who want to be given 10 billion. Oh, even 2 billion is a stretch. You get these local contractors situated interways. These guys, they just waste money. I don't know who. And then you want to give them 20 billion. Are you crazy? Are you mad? You Embakasi, we know the MPs there, the entrepreneurs. See, we saw Moses Kuria the other day. Given a tender to build a stadium. He didn't do anything. Anthony Mwaura, the chairman of KRA. Now, because there is a lot of pressure on Anthony Mwaura, now, these guys should have resigned by now. But they haven't resigned because it's a continuation. And so I wanted to do a very detailed something about IMF and what they are doing. And have you noticed there's a scam about Saudi oil and UAE oil? It's almost like the cartels are fighting inside the Kenya Kuisha shit show. And then now they want to commit Kenya's budget. They want to commit like close to 1 trillion to pay for oil. Yet we still have existing obligations. Counties have not received money. Civil servants have not paid. And now they want to commit. They want to secure a facility so that I think if I'm not wrong, in a couple of months, in 6 months, we have to raise 1 trillion to pay for oil, which we don't currently need right now. But they are creating all of these scenarios. I told you there's a rush. There's a mad rush for the first scam. Julius Bitok has hit the ground running. He's demolishing the immigration department so that he can privatize the passport. He wants to kill the immigration and naturalization department so that now we can bring the national digital identifier. Is a glorified version of Huduma number. And so you ask, who is still running the country? Because today I saw Patrick Omoth has been confirmed as the director of medical services by the Kenya Kuisha shit show, and he was part of the Azimidiots team. He was in charge of Huru scams, stealing money for COVID. He's now in charge of the scams for the COVID whatever, because they are making money with the hospitals where you will go and, I don't know, get tests. Kenya is still the only country with those protocols. And those cartels are headed by who? Patrick Omoth, Dr. Masi Mwangangi. Who has inherited them? Who is still running the country? Is it Uhuru? Then congratulations to Uhuru for your third term. You are the first president in the new constitutional dispensation to run a country for 3 terms. Because how is Patrick Amoth being confirmed as a director of medical services, knowing the nonsense that he did? And the only thing, after receiving all those billions of shillings meant to boost our medical facilities, the only thing he used to do is bribe the media journalists for those live broadcasts where they were concocting numbers, fictitious numbers, to justify lockdowns. This is rubbish, man. This country is full of shit.